on, turkeys, hatch, hatch, hatch. Come on, guys. I see you chirping. I see you pecking up the shells. Let's just hatch already. Well, you guys guessed it. It is hatch day today. We're at day 28, and I've got turkeys trying to hatch right now. We've got 3 eggs in there that are starting to get peck holes through them. One especially has got a pretty big chunk out of there, and I'm gonna zoom in and show you guys. This has been incredible. Started earlier this morning on day 28, and from here on out, just more and more of the shell is getting pecked away. So hopefully by this evening, we're gonna have some little turkey poults in here. Here's the first egg that I noticed this morning getting pecked through. You can see the turkey's little beak pecking out. I'm gonna try to zoom in a little bit closer, see if I can get the light on there, show you guys. It's definitely chirping. The egg's been moving around quite a bit. You guys can see its beak coming in and out as it's pecking away at the shell. And if we're real quiet here, we might actually hear it start chirping again. It's been chirping all day in that egg. As you can tell, on day 28, I was super excited, ready for turkeys to hatch, wanting them to hatch. Well, it didn't go as planned. We're at day 32, and I only got 2 turkey poults to hatch. I actually almost lost them all. I'm gonna walk you through the events that took place, what I felt like I did wrong, and how I learned a very important lesson from this. Just a little recap. On day 28, when I got up that morning, I had 3 eggs in there that I could see moving a little, I could hear chirping, so I knew they were alive. 2 of them, I could see a little crack starting, but nothing had actually pecked through. And one of them had actually pecked through a little hole, and I could see a beak. So as the day went on, 6 hours into it, the one that had actually pecked through, the hole had gotten a little bit bigger. And during that 6 hours, checking it throughout the day, the turkey actually looked like it suffocated. So it literally, in the hole where the turkey had pecked, it had turned gray. It looked like the turkey had gotten shrink wrapped. It is a very common thing that happens. At first I didn't understand why it happened. Now I do, looking back. So I was a little taken back. I was saddened by it, a little frustrated at myself. But moving forward, on day 29, when I got up, I had another one that had pecked through the shell. This time, I kept an eye on it. I had water in the moat. Nothing was dry. My humidity was reading 73%. And the turkey had got about 1 inch of the egg pecked through in a small circle pattern, which is called unzipping. They actually do that all the way around the end of the egg, and then basically kick the end of the eggshell off and come out. So after that inch of pecking away had happened, I left the egg, kept watching him. 12 hours had gone by, didn't see any more progress, but the turkey was still alive. It was still chirping, still moving. Gave it another 12 hours. Still nothing, no more progress. The turkey actually started to slow down the movement and the pecking, and by this time it had been 24 hours. I reached out to a friend of mine and asked, what is going on? I sent her a picture. It started to look like my turkey eggshell and the membrane in there was actually starting to dry up. Basically, the shrink wrap word I used looked like it was starting to happen again. So at this time, she recommended that I intervene. So I did. She recommended getting a steamy, high humidity place in the house to actually start to help to intervene. So I got a wet washcloth, not sopping wet, but warm, very warm. I grabbed the egg out quickly so it didn't let a lot of humidity out at that time. Wrapped the turkey shell in it, but not over the turkey's beak, and slowly softened it and started to pull away the shell very softly, being very careful not to rip any of the membrane away from the turkey if it wasn't ready. And I got it all completely unwrapped. We're calling this turkey lucky. Came out of the shell, was alive, got it in the incubator, and is still doing okay today, which is day 32. So I was like, okay, not sure what had happened there either. Really dry in the shell. The next day, day 30, I had another egg starting to peek through. This one actually only made a small peck hole and stopped. I waited 24 hours also, no more progression, looked dry, turkey was still alive, so I knew right away I was going to intervene once again. And I did. I did the same method, had the high humidity, a warm washcloth to soften the eggshell a little bit, and slowly got the eggshell off of this turkey as well. The turkey came out, and at this stage right now, it is still okay. They're both completely dried off. They're doing okay. The other 2 turkey eggs in there did nothing. Today, once again, is day 32, so I had pulled them out, did a little crack test on them, because I counted them, there was no movement, cracked the egg a little bit, and they were completely shrink wrapped and dried out. Moving forward, I'm a little devastated at my own trying to change how I always do things, and it didn't work, you guys. I had a very wise person that follows me on this channel recommend documenting each stage of this process so I could go back and figure out, hey, I did this right, let's continue to do it this way, or hey, here's what I changed, and here is what the problem was. As you can see, this incubator, I put it up on 2 wood blocks this time. In the past, when I hatched my chicken eggs, I always laid it down on my table. Didn't prop it up. As everyone knows, there are vent holes in these incubators. They're on the top, they're on the bottom. What happened was propping this up allowed too much airflow to go into this incubator. Even though the humidity said it was there, I never got condensation buildup on these acrylic tops. In my previous hatches with my chickens, when I laid this flat on the bottom, I had so much condensation I could barely see through the acrylic tops. And I kind of, through this process with the turkeys, that was on the back of my mind, like, why is that not happening? Why am I not seeing the condensation? But I knew I had water in there. My humidity said I was okay, so I thought I was okay. Well, you guys, I wasn't. It was the wrong type of humidity. It was too dry. It was a dry humidity. Basically, I shrink wrapped my turkeys in their shell. And I'm very saddened by this, but I'm not going to give up. I'm going to go back to my old method. I'm going to try it again. I hope and I pray that these 2 turkeys will survive. I'm actually going to get them out in the brooder today. They're dried off. They're a little stumbly in there. They're still trying to get their footing, but I'm going to give it a chance. So moving forward, I have learned a very, very valuable lesson. And like I said, I'm very saddened by this. I'm just almost emotional about it, but I'm not going to give up. So now we're going to pull these guys out, and I'm going to show them to you. And we're going to get them out in the brooder and give you an up-close look. Okay, you guys, so here's our little guys. Ooh, this was the first one I had helped. We're calling this one Lucky. Like I said, he or she is still trying to get their footing. Everything else looks okay. I didn't tear anything. They've been having bowel movements, so that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and put Lucky in here. This one, we're just calling Bridget. The name came to us. I'm not sure if it's a male or a female, but she's doing okay. She's dried off. I just really hope these guys make it. This is little Bridget. Oh, sweetheart. Let's hope you're a little female. If not, we might have to change your name. You can see Bridget's having a little bit of a tough time still walking. I'm not sure if it's just being in the eggshell so long. Her legs look fine. Like I said, though, we're just going to take it one day at a time, see if these guys make it. Okay, come on, girl. There you go. All right, let's go get them outside in the brooder. Okay, we're out here at the brooder, you guys. I got everything set up. I've had the heat lamp going for a couple of hours now, warming everything up. I've got it super low to keep them warm. We've got our water with electrolytes in it. And I just put a small mason jar lid of feed for now, since I did only get a couple of turkeys. Probably not real sure what these shavings are. It's been on a metal grate for a while in the incubator. There you go, sweetheart. When you guys first get baby turkeys, they don't really know how to find their food or water. So I recommend just dipping their little beak in the water. There you go, sweetheart. There she goes. There, she's getting a good drink. There, honey. There you go. Okay, let's put her back under the heat lamp. Come here, Lucky. All right, let's get Lucky some water. Come here, baby. Just gonna gently dip the beak. Just a little poke. There you go. That's why these rocks do come in handy, or marbles, just so they don't fall into the water or try to drown themselves. There you go. Well, that's about it, you guys. We're just going to give them, time, see how they adjust out here, and hopefully everybody makes it, and I can keep doing updates on these guys. My next thing to do today is to get outside, get this cleaned out, get it sterilized, get it ready again, and see if I can start another hatch. End result, if something's working, why change it? I'm for sure gonna go back to my old method, get these wood blocks out of here, because that changed the whole incubation way of how I do it. I'm very saddened by this, and moving forward, I am gonna try it again. I'm gonna contact my local breeder and see if she has more fertile turkey eggs and give it a try again, because I don't want this to discourage me. I don't want it to discourage you guys at all, to give it another chance and figure out what we did wrong or what we're doing right. And from here out, I hope Bridget and Lucky make it. They're still a little weak, but they're dried off. They were in the incubator for about 48 hours. So hopefully, moving forward, they'll just keep thriving. If not, I do know there is that possibility that could have harmed them being in the eggs for so long and having that suffocation. So I thank you guys for following this video series, and if you have any questions or any comments, please put them down below, and have a nice day.